Okay guys, here is the much anticipated makeup tutorial. You guys have been begging me to do this. These are things that you put on your head that I guess like you don't want to mess your hair up. First that, I guess. Yeah, I feel like that's correct. I do have really high quality makeup. Most of this is from high school. And then also my girls picked out a couple of new products for me at Dollar Tree. I just discovered that you actually are supposed to change the color of your makeup depending on the time of the year as your skin changes colors. Blew my mind because I've never done that. My understanding of makeup, it's not super in depth, but what I understand of it is that foundation first. I have this thing that I think you just do this just to prepare your skin for makeup. Yep, I feel ready. So I have this. Let's see, how do we do this? This is definitely one from high school. So we're gonna dab on some of this foundation. I think it's foundation. It's called Clean Makeup. It doesn't say if it's foundation or not, but oh, this little thing works nice. So you just rub us around your whole face. Okay, but it's not rubbing in good. Maybe I got too much. I want to put it under here. If you put it on your this spot, I think then your eyeshadow stays a little bit better. This is really not rubbing in, but it looks good. Like that's a good color match. Shoot, I was expecting it to blend a little bit better. I guess it's getting in better. It might just be too that it's not like super fresh. So maybe it's just, I think once I put like powder over it, it will make it matte. I think that's what's wrong, is it's just shiny still because it feels amazing. Oops, missed a little spot right in there. I think that's pretty full coverage. Oh, and then also something I learned on the internet is you want to go down your neck so you don't have any like weird looking makeup, right? So blend, blend, blend all the way down. Oh, look at this. Oh, this will help. CK1, does anyone else remember this? Woo, let's get a little of this going. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh yeah, there we go. Woo! Okay. Wait, oh, this is what I'm missing. For underneath your, like where the bags are the eyes, although they look pretty covered, but let's do a little bit of this. What, maybe this would actually, because it's a lighter color, maybe this would help with like some highlighting. And then we have to blend it. Let's get under here first because I want to hide those bags. Oh my gosh, that looks really good. It looked white when I put it on, but it like really, well, this part blended nice. Maybe this would be a better winter color. Like if that's what they're saying, like in the winter, your skin's lighter. So you totally helped with underneath those eye bags. Just wipe some up and then blending is better. Oh, a little itchy. Now I will try actual highlighting, but I'm gonna have to use like some bronzer and maybe some of this. I think this is eyeshadow. Beacon. If I use this lighter color, I think I can kind of make it be like highlighting. So I think on the cheekbones, maybe here on the high cheekbones. There we go. I guess when you use your finger, it works a little better. So you're just gonna dab that on. You don't want like it chunky, but you want it to stick, which actually it's sticking really nicely to the foundation. You take some bronzer, like this, and you're going to, oh, this one came with a brush. If I go here, and where else bronzer? Like a T maybe. Let's see, let's start with just the cheeks. I don't want to overdo it. Okay. So you just follow the line and you're not gonna blend that. You don't want it to look like choppy. So I'm needing a little bit more on this brush. So at first it might look weird, but it will blend in. Once I like get it all blended, it will definitely get you that like contoured look. And then you blend those, obviously I'll blend them together. But see, you get that contrast with the little bit lighter highlight here. And then the darker is what gives you that contour look. I was saying highlighting. I think what I was talking about was contour, actually. You want it like, you'll make this like a slimming look on your neck. And again, that foundation just grabs right onto this powder. Then I know what else too. On the side of your nose, you're supposed to do a little bit of the bronzer. And then again, this will all blend together. I know it looks funny right now, but you know, you watch those tutorial videos, that it gets worse before it gets better, right? Like, I think that's what they say. Okay, so that looks good. I think that's a good amount. Let me blend this a little bit first. I don't want to blend it too much because you want that like definition. So you want a little bit of definition here. You don't want it to look like dirt. And see how slender my nose looks? Your nose just looks nice and slender when you get these like shadows on the side. See, you guys? And the cheekbones, it gives you that cheekbone look. Look at that. And then we just blend this in a little bit. And so see that? It just almost looks like a shadow, but it's just like slenderizing my whole neck. Isn't that amazing? First, I need to set this powder for setting it. Then I'm just gonna, I don't wanna like blend this really. It's more of a setting that I wanna see from it. So I'm just gonna set this all over my face. That's covering it up more than I wanted. But if you guys can get close up, see how that powder, it gives it like a matte look. It looks so good. I'll come back with my highlight and then that will pop a little bit more because I just covered it up. So we're wanting that to really pop more. Oh yeah, that's a really pretty color. Okay, so this is what we'll do for, oh yeah, that looks good. Instead of brushing it on my nose, I'll just use my finger right here. This, I feel like gives it that definition between this and that. So again, and then we will blend it all together, okay? So I'm gonna do this, try to keep this up on the cheekbone and then right straight up. You guys can see it, why I don't do makeup very often. It is like very time consuming. Like I would have to wake up so early if I chose to do this every day. And I'm not a morning person, so I have a hard time justifying waking up early just to do this. Okay, and again, you want to make sure and blend it. You don't want it to look like dirt or like have these real abrupt marks. So once you have that solid foundation, and like I already put the setting powder on, did another set of foundation, so it should like stay all day at this point. That is a good look for me, I feel like. It's a little moldy. Look how shimmery that is. Oh yeah, that's way better. And you know what I love about this? Like so many of these makeups, you literally can just apply with your fingers. You don't need any fancy tools. I mean, it probably helps a little bit, but you don't need it. You didn't even realize I had this. Actually, it blends out pretty good. It might be my color. It's a little splotchy right here. Let's blend that a little better. Do you see how it kind of gets makeup on it? It really works well because now my hair will still look as good as it did before I started. When in doubt, blend it out. When in doubt, blend it out. I don't want to get it off. Top of the ear. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, it's still liquidy, so I'm gonna just do a little spot here and see how that works. And see if, obviously I don't wear makeup a lot, but when I do wear it, it's like I want it to be noticeable because it takes so much work. Okay, so if you make a mistake and you don't like it, you just take a little bit of this concealer and you're just gonna cover it up. And I know we've already got a couple layers, but that's okay. Don't worry about that. You just cover it up and you kind of just start the process again. So it's kind of like a clean slate, you know? Look at that. You can't even tell that I made a mistake, right? This is an old like Clinique sample of something. Oh yeah, it's kind of a pinkish color actually. Oh, it's hard. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is gonna be my blush. and natural blush color, because I normally keep my makeup looking like pretty natural. I don't go like crazy. Although today I want to do some really fun eyeshadow for you guys. Like my eyebrows are pretty out of control and they need to be waxed a couple months ago. I hardly ever take care of my eyebrows because it's not even necessary. You just cover them up with makeup. It literally doesn't matter. So for eyebrows, what I'm going to use is I just take a mascara. So this is a trick I learned on the internet actually. You can hold a hanger like this to kind of guide you with eyebrows and eyeshadow. So I'm not sure if it works or how it works, but it honestly feels like it is working. Hey, I kind of love that. I got these little guys that are stencils for doing eyebrows. I've never used them before, but I'm like, sure, why not? I'm probably gonna have to go with the thickest one just because I gotta cover up all those wayward hairs. You do not need to pluck your eyebrows. You literally can just color them in. And I'm just going to go for it. And you wanna go in every direction so that you really get full coverage. Oh, that's actually, I just need to fill it in a little more, I think. It's definitely different, but that's because I followed the stencil so well. So I think as long as I just fill that in, and you know what they say about eyebrows is you want them to be cousins, not sisters. So I feel like whatever method you use, it really, it's hard to go wrong because you don't want them to be identical, and that's the goal here. So I feel like we succeeded with that right now. To define that eyebrow, and again, I'm covering up, you guys, I'm covering up those little wayward hairs that I just don't have time to pluck. This does the job. I don't want to blend this too much because this will act as a base eyeshadow makeup. But do you see how that just, without much work at all, look, it's like those black wayward mascara bits just shoosh, disappear. A little bit right there too. Look at that. It's like it was never, ever there. When in doubt, blend it out. So if you're feeling like it's just looking a little rough, you just want to keep blending it like that until it looks how you want it to. So it's literally like I have a blank slate here. We have this for eyeshadow. I have really like not great eyelashes, which is crazy with how like well I take care of my face. So every so often I just kind of do this whole bit. Ouch. It's worth the investment. It is worth the investment. Do you see how it just like flattens my eyelashes to where they're straight? How does it go? Like when you get to the end, you go, oh my gosh. Hey, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now the goal is just to get it a little bit thicker. And you want to come all the way across. Honestly, it's hard to mess this up. You literally just lay it and it like does it for you practically. And see how cool that looks? It like coordinates with your eyebrows. I didn't even mean to have the same colors, but it worked. But I want it to look natural still. Okay, ha, that's perfect. You start with a cooler color and then you build upon the cooler color. So I'm gonna start with, this is the palette that I have. So I'm gonna start with a white, and you wanna get it right in here on that part of your eye. And then you're gonna just drag it out and get your whole eyelid basically covered in this. And this is where that foundation comes into play, or this concealer that you put under your eyebrow. This comes into play because this stuff just, boom, it's like a magnet. It just sticks right on it. Okay, so see that? See how that's all blending? So you're just gonna dab it on all around. Okay, so that's like our base color. Then we can come through with some more fun colors. So let's start with like a lighter blue maybe. I don't want to overdo it because I'm still, we're only going grocery shopping, but I'm still loving the like more natural look. But I can wear like a blue t-shirt and I think it would look really cute. So again, guys, if I can do this, literally anyone can, because I am not like a makeup, it might seem like I know what I'm doing, but I'm not like an expert makeup person at all. So if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, so here, these colors are a little bit bolder, but see how they pop because you have that concealer underneath? It looks like I have a little bit more eyeliner there. I'll just cover it up. But do you see how the colors pop? If you do not have that concealer down, these colors don't pop this well. You can do so many options with this, you guys. You can build and build and build until you're happy with the outcome. And like, honestly, so now I want to do a little smoky eye, I think is what my thought is. So I'm gonna go with like a gray blue here, to kind of give it on this outside piece a little bit of a smoky look. Oh, I actually love it. It's almost like a teal color. And if it gets in your wrinkles like that, you just keep pushing it around. You just want to blend, 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 blend to where you get really uniform colors that you want. And see how underneath the eyebrow, like that looked really white and scary, like it was too much. Do you see now how it blends together? And that's what creates those layers upon layers upon layers, but it's what gives you that dimension. And I keep it pretty simple, but it doesn't get much better than this. I'm gonna go ahead and I have this old, let's see if this one works. Red, oh, this works great. Red lip liner. So we're gonna do this lip liner, and you see how I have a little bit of foundation on my lips? Same idea here, you guys. It gives you that dimension. It gives you something for your lip liner and your lipstick to grab onto. And it makes it pop so much more. If I didn't have that concealer on my lips, you would barely be able to see this lip liner, okay? And you just want to really gently go around the edges. I have pretty thin lips, so it's really cool. This is a trick I did learn. You kind of pop up a little bit, right on either side of the lip. I like to just bring it straight from the nostril down, and you're just gonna pop up a teeny bit, not too much. You don't want it like drastic. Again, I kind of go for that more natural look. And like that doesn't look real natural, so we're gonna even it out. But do you see how that makes my lips so much fuller? It makes them appear fuller, even though they're not. And this, we'll set this with a little powder. This will last all day long. You can just take a little bit of it, and what you're gonna do is you're just gonna put a little right down here and just kind of follow the lip line. And do you see how that shadow just like pushes out the lip, and then you do a little here, this thing. Do you see that, you guys? How it just really gets those lips to look a little fuller, and it doesn't look dirty. Like, you don't want it to where it looks dirty. It just shadows it, and then you get this like a lot fuller look. So I love that. You can put a spoon over here to kind of get more definition with, and I'm gonna kind of just run it here. And like, you can't mess this up, you guys. You literally just follow the spoon line, and you cannot mess this up. Impossible to mess this up. And so do you see how it kind of just does this arc right there, but not any lower? So this side is all one color. This, now I've got a little bit more definition. So of course we want to match it up on the other side. Like today we're just going to the grocery store, but you know what? I'm gonna look amazing going to the grocery store.